So I'm up in the Lego room. I just thought I'd show you the bare winter village without all the sets in, because it always makes you a little bit sad seeing that. But anyway, that's not the point of why we're here. At the weekend we did our January 1st Lego shopping, even though it was January 2nd. And Monarch, lovely Monarch, or lovely Mark from Monarch, was here. He came in up into our city and we were chatting about how I want to do more in the Lego room this year, do a bit more city work, and how I find it really hard to do that when I come up to the Lego room and I kind of see this kind of stuff and there's just stuff everywhere. And Mark was trying to tell me that he's made peace with the fact that he's never going to be completely organised when it comes to Lego. It's a moving target. There's always going to be more to organise, and he's trying not to let that stop him from being creative. And I can see his point, but I really do struggle when I can see this mess not to want to fix that instead of work on this, because it's just too much clutter in my mind. I can't deal with it. And now this is particularly bad because at the weekend when Mark was here, we tidied up. The two of us, we were in this standing hole, but my children were over this side of the room with Ian being supervised to help make this mess, obviously, because Ian likes to help the children make the mess. So Mark and I were down this end, and actually the floor down this end was reasonably bad, just like that. And as you can see, there's very little now on the floor. So we consolidated a lot of the parts that we found into this tub here. And so it's in one place now to sort. I can put that to one side and not even think about it and come to it when I have time. And I don't have to look at the mess on the floor. We've got all of sort of the base plates stacked nicely. And this was full of like Lego that the girls have been playing with. Now it's, again, all in that box to sort or away where it's meant to be. So it just looks so much nicer. There is actually a standing hole there. There's still some under the desk because my girls were in the middle of destroying another Lego set, and I didn't want to move it too far away from that point so that I knew which bits went with that set, just kind of return it back to how it was. So that's kind of my aim this next 2 weeks, is to do more of the same, because it was fun to do when you had friends with you because you could just chat and get on, and two, it makes a big difference. So I'm gonna see if I can tackle this side of the room, and I've also bought some storage to fix that and give me a bit more storage space. Ignore the bin, but yeah, I don't want to stop my kids from playing up here as well, and we're still working on the best way for them to do it. I mean, on Sunday they were so creative. It was really beautiful. Or it was Monday, I think it was. They were really creative, and I'm really proud of what they created. But I just need them to not stop and walk away and do something about this bit. So I'm going to get on and measure up for this storage and see how I can get it under the tables, and then I'll show you what the plan is. So I think the thing I'm going to tackle first is this first entryway to the room, because what we should have here is 2 boxes, one back here, of instructions, which the plan is to go through and get rid of. And then once I've got rid of those, I've got room to put a set of drawers under the table here, just as you come in the door. So I'm going to spend 5 minutes and see how much I can get out of this area so I can get to those instructions and start that work, because there's clearly base plates here that shouldn't be here. This bag of parts, this is mainly parts, a couple of sets in there, and then there's parts and more parts. So we're going to get to those instructions and try and get them out and replace them with drawers. So here's my proposed storage solution for Lego parts. We're moving away from the IKEA furniture because it just wasn't working for us. These, I've already got one in the Lego room already, in the studio at least, and this is going to go in the Lego room itself. I don't think it's going to fit under the table as is, but this storage is sort of modular, so I can just take the top level off, take a couple of the layers out and put the top back on to make that work. But what I like about these is these drawers come the whole way out, and so I can get to the back of the drawer. I can even take the drawer downstairs if I need parts to work on. So I'm excited. I need to get the casters on the bottom, so I'm going to do that now. But I love these. The rainbow is just superb in my opinion. I always switch the pink though to go at the bottom. I don't feel like pink should be above red. I don't know why. So we've gone a little smaller now than the one that I was showing you a second ago. So this is the same thing. We just took off the sides and made it only 5 high in order to fit it under the table. 5 is just as much as I could get because it's got the casters on. So the other half of this, it's an 11 tool, is 6, and so that can probably go in without the casters. So we're just trying to work out which spaces in the Lego room to put it, but that's the clearance that I've got. So I've got plenty of room there to get it through. So I'll probably end up with 2 5s and 2 6s, 2 with wheels, 2 without, because you can buy these tops and extra wheels separately, but they cost a fortune in delivery, so I'm not sure it's worth it. So I'm going to try and get this one filled with some parts and see how easily it moves about once it's fully loaded. So I spent about an hour in the Lego room today, I think, just under, and I'm quite impressed with the progress I've made. Now, it feels a little bit like cheating, but I already feel so much happier in here. And so, yes, I have just dumped it into this container here, all the pieces that I could see along here. I'm trying not to destroy my children's play, so they've made their own little trays to keep the parts in, which I'm quite happy they've done because I want them to tidy up afterwards. They're not then tidying up, they're just leaving it in the trays, but that's fine. Maybe I'll steal the bricks back and give them proper like tubs, because I've got a whole bunch of those that they could use, and that would save me on parts, but that's progress for them. I haven't tackled sort of the deluge of little bits under here because I don't have enough time. I'm just doing what I can in the time available, but this is a lot better. So I will move these bits so that it is a complete clear route. So what have I done to make it a lot nicer? Well, I've been using my nice trolley here because it moves so nicely around the room. It's just easy to move. And I've just been loading that up with parts. I had so many parts just in bags, and then wheeling them down to my trolleys, my new trolleys, which aren't actually trolleys, both of them. So this second one doesn't have any feet. So I think I'm going to buy another one of these. This is one thing split in 2. And I'll have 2 with wheels that are slightly shorter that will go sort of under the tables but in a way that can move. And then I need to find a home for the other 2 that don't move. And once they're fully loaded, you can't push these around really. You can if they're on the wheels, if you grab the right part. They do still move quite well. It's not an easy thing to move because you want to kind of pull it. So you have to kind of open a drawer to pull it. But they move quite nicely. So what have I put in them all? So I essentially just went through and created categories as I went, as I found parts. I figured this is the first sort. I'm keen to keep them ordered in rainbow order because I like the look of that. So I will move parts around to put them together. So the first one has just got plain bricks, and in fact that's overflowed quite considerably, and also on the top there. Then I've got modified bricks, tiles, plates, modified plates, and then I think miscellaneous at the bottom. Yeah, there's some random parts in there. Then I've got slopes in there. I didn't mean to put slopes in there. So this I think was my miscellaneous to start with. 1x1 type things, slopes, arches, round things, and then jumper plates. So they all fit together. I've got a Technic pile here as well. But there are other locations in the room where we store stuff. So we've got 2 Alex systems, which already have their own categories. So I've already got a bricks drawer, and a plates drawer, and a tiles drawer, and a minifig drawer, and I think a botanicals drawer. So with the 11 here, and then the 11 new ones I'm going to get, plus the Alex ones, I think that leaves me 32 different drawers to categorise up. So I'm literally going to keep putting the stuff in the drawers, work out which has the most in, and then reorganise them to be better. So I'll probably split my bricks into 2 buys and 1 buys, just so I'm not looking for them in 3 different locations. As soon as it fits, as soon as there's more than fits in a drawer, I'll split the drawer and make it more sensible. But I'm liking the way it's working, and it seems to make sense. Plus it's tidier. So I realised it wasn't time for school pickup yet, so I set another 10-minute timer and I got that last bit done on the floor. So I'm so happy about this. I'm even considering getting the Hoover out, although there is still quite a lot on the floor. There's all the boxes and things. These are all second-hand sets that need washing or just general storage of sets. These are the instruction books that I do, like these 2 boxes, are planning to get rid of those. And I also don't know what my Roomba would make of all of these gazillion legs, because there's a lot of tables in here and a lot of table legs, so it's probably not a good idea. But still, I can see floor both here and down there, and there's minimal still to do. So I just need to tidy up this floor so I can put the wheelie one in there, because this is deep enough for it to go sideways, and because it's on wheels, I don't think it matters having my parts storage sideways. I'll just need to sort of flip it around each time to get to the parts, but I'm willing to do that, so I think that should be fine. I think this has been a really good week of progress, and it's only Tuesday, so yay. Okay, so I'm all done for the week. I'm just going to do a quick overview of what I've achieved, and I've managed to remember to open the curtains today so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So the room looks pretty much the same from the top level, but if you look down, apart from the wires that Ian uses when he's up here setting up for our stream, we've got nothing in that walkway. And we've got the box of parts that I still need to sort, and there's another one at the other side as well. Pretty much nothing in that standing hole, so nice and empty there. We've got the trolley under there, as I mentioned, that it was going to go sideways, and I'm going to have enough room to put a second one in here once I've moved some of this stuff and bought the second one, because I haven't bought that yet. So that will be 2 lots of things. There's the one that just sort of sits on the floor. That one is very difficult to move. I'm not entirely sure where those 2 are going to go. I think I should be able to get them both in here, but I'm not 100% sure. So at least one will go there, and I guess we'll have to work out the other one where that might go. But it's just so different to how it was a week, or technically 2 weeks, because I've been working on this for 2 weeks. And what's been nice about this is it's got me up to the Lego room every single day just to do a tiny little bit more. I'm not trying to do it in a big bang effect. I'm just every day a little bit of consistency. And so the next thing I think I'll do is try and pick up like parts, random parts that are on tables. So there's a whole bunch here, little bits in here. And then because this is the doorway, there's a whole bunch of parts that I've just sort of got left along here as well, which I'm going to move. So I'm hoping we can keep this up. And obviously it's far from done, because 1, I still need extra storage, and 2, I need to reorganise the storage to be slightly more obvious. I'm going to label all the drawers. I might even take an inventory of what I've got, just a rough one, so I know what parts I've got, just to help Ian as well, so he knows what we've got, because he's obviously not been helping me with this because he's at work. But it is in time for us to live stream from the city this weekend, so if you want to see more of the city, then do come along to that live stream, and you can check that it is still like I'm showing on the video, and I haven't messed it up since. And hopefully by the end of that live stream, it will still look just as beautiful. But it's reawakened my joy up here, which is really what I was hoping to achieve. And that will hopefully help us hit that goal of 2023, which is just spending more time up in the city and making more progress. So thanks for coming along on the journey with me. Let me know what you do with your part storage. It's always good to share the tips. Let me know if anything that I've shown you has helped you make a plan for your 2023 city building. Also, if you want to see other organisation videos or behind the curtain type videos where I show you the mess, which I'm not proud of, but everyone has it, so I'm not ashamed of either. I'll link up the playlist at the end for that. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update. See you later.